All right, good afternoon. So Sugar has announced Project Constellation. Customer outreach has already began. If you are a system administrator, you have likely already received a few emails about these upcoming license conversions. There will be a series of emails depending on what product suite you're on today. So keep on the lookout. All of those emails are going to have that header of there's something on the horizon. So what does this mean? So Sugar, it's a two-part process. So for Sugar Cloud customers, whether you're on professional or enterprise, you're going to be converted to Sugar Cell Advanced. And if you are an on-premise customer who's on professional, you will be offered the option to trade up your professional license for enterprise. So Sugar started running this conversion program because they received some negative survey responses. The marketing team reached out to existing professional and enterprise customers and found that they felt like they weren't getting the most out of Sugar. With the last couple years, all of the new features and functionality was really being pushed into the new cloud suite in Sell and Serve. So Sugar is really looking to kind of standardize the baseline product suite and give all customers access to the same features and functionality. And in February, Sugar did a beta program for this conversion. It went really well, and the customers who were part of the beta did give positive feedback on both the conversion process and also the added functionality that they have access to. So let's talk about cloud. So customers who are in the cloud on professional and enterprise, following the version 12 upgrade, they're going to be converted over to Cell Advanced. So existing Cell customers, there's going to be no change to the licensing. Sugar has basically just rebranded Cell as Cell Advanced. And as part of this whole process, there's also going to be 2 additional tiers of Cell. Cell Essentials, which is a more basic version, and Cell Premier, which is the most robust version. And we will cover some of the differences between those on a later slide. Okay, so for Sugar Cloud customers, and Anjem, you can go to the next one there, perfect. So all customers are going to get converted over to Cell Advanced. Again, this is going to take place following that version 12 upgrade. So keep an eye out for those Sugar support emails. Sugar will be reaching out directly to system admins to schedule, your version 12 upgrade. Our recommendation is when you do get that email to respond and ask that support first runs the upgrade and conversion in a sandbox. If you've got a lot of customizations in your system, or you just want to see what's coming with version 12 before it's going to be released in production, it's always a best practice to test it out in a sandbox. So one thing that's important to note with this conversion, Sugar is not removing any functionality that you're using today. This is really like a license switch. As part of Cell Advanced, Sugar's also going to be unlocking some features that weren't previously out of the box in Cell. So those kind of features are legacy workflows, the cases module, and the projects module. If you're using those today, that should come right over and you should see a very similar user experience as you do today. So again, our recommendation is to really just test out in a sandbox. And just like any other functionality, Sugar admins can choose to enable or also hide some of these new features that will be available with this license conversion. So all that can be managed in Studio. So let's look at the different Cell editions. So there's going to be 3 tiers of Cell. All existing customers are going to be moved to Cell Advanced. The primary differences here, Cell Essentials is the most basic. There's no integrations and no add-on products. that are going to be compatible with Cell Essentials. This is really geared towards small businesses, and it's capped at 5 users. So it's a very basic sales use case for our smaller businesses. Cell Advanced is going to be very similar to just Cell Today, unless you're using some of the functionality in Enterprise that's being brought over. So this is going to have the standard capabilities that you see with the product today. And Sugar is still actively working to make their AI Sugar Predict more robust and powerful. So that's embedded in Cell Advanced. Add-on products, very similar today. You can add them on to your license base as needed, and there's no changes to the kind of support that you receive there. And then with Premier, so that's what Sugar is gearing towards as their flagship product. It essentially rolls up all of the add-on products that are out in the market today. So that's all going to be rolled up into Premier. And we can touch on that in a little more detail on our next slide. So you can see that, the basic functionality with accounts, contacts, reporting, quotes, it's in all of the additions. Where we really do start to see the differentiation between these new Cell versions is, with workflows, with the data enhancement and enrichment, with your mail and calendar integrations and mapping. And then the one thing to point out that is kind of the biggest distinguishment between Premier and the other versions, Sugar Discover, which is their analytics and reporting tool, is only available in Premier. Sugar's moved that to be embedded in Premier, and it's no longer offered as a standalone add-on as it previously was. So diving into some of these optional capabilities here, the guided selling and workflow automation is the combination of using the customer journey plugin and workflow. Data enrichment and the news sourcing is utilizing the Hint Insights tool. Mail and calendar integration is utilizing the Connect tool. And geo mapping is what was previously W Maps, bringing Bing Maps into Sugar. And let's talk a little bit about pricing. So this is just list pricing for existing customers who are maintaining their license counts. You will continue to be on the pricing structure that you're under with uplifts at every renewal contract. There will be no changes to that. This is specifically just the new list prices with this new product suite for Cell. So Advanced, there's no change to what that list price is. It's still $80 a user a month or $960 annually. This has a minimum of 3 users and no maximum. And you can see there the differences with the amount of cloud storage, and the support tiers are a little bit different between the versions. And otherwise, the differences between Advanced and Premier are really significantly tied to those add-on product functionality. So we'll be sending all of this in follow-up if you have more detailed questions on storage or pricing. We'll get you that content. So let's switch gears and talk about on-prem customers. Okay, so for Sugar customers running professional on-prem, what's going to happen is following the version 12 release, Sugar will release a professional to enterprise conversion package. So similar to today, you would have to run that at your own timing. Again, we always recommend that you're doing this in a development instance first, but you've got more control on scheduling when these things would happen. Professional licenses will continue to work as they do today until you choose to run that conversion in your instance. So that license conversion will be released following version 12. The upgrade wizard will allow your administrators to easily convert that instance from professional to enterprise. And we do that just via a conversion zip file. Before running this conversion, it's always recommended to take a backup of your system and your file directory, just in case any issues do happen through that conversion process. And Sugar is still working on publishing a technical guide that gives a lot more detail on moving from professional to enterprise. We're keeping an eye out from the development community, and once we see that published, we will make sure to send those links to our on-prem customers. And that's about it.